Hello and good evening, everybody. Well, hello, everybody. I know I'm early by like 3 hours. This is kind of a make-up for Monday, and the fact that I'm no longer looking for my fantasy models because Sparkles has found them for me. Isn't she nice? Really nice. So I am actually started this at mealtime, so I do have food in front of me. Well, pizza tonight isn't that good, and you will notice that there is a mini Laz running around in the background as well.
Because I'm trying to find headphones.
So let's see where we're going. Okay, last time we prepped out all the bases. So we have the bases for each individual frog that we're doing. Now, I know I said I would do it in Discord, but I found Bostik really thick glue. And I just tried it and it took about, a minute and a half. By the time I realised that I'd done it, I'd forgotten that I had to go into Discord. So that was a bit of a wiggle. But now things have been glued, which is good. That means I can now start base coating and painting things. And eating as well. I need to eat. Now, where did I put that? When I was moving things around to look for my fantasy models. I found a dry palette, which I do need. Good evening, Twisted. Good evening. Or good afternoon, even for you. You are considerably behind me in time-wise. So even though I'm getting into evening, I believe you are just about in the afternoon. Now, in the process of finding things, I've managed to lose others. Because, well, it wouldn't be me if everything went swimmingly and nicely how it's supposed to, would it? Which box did I put my dry palette in? I have no idea. It is indeed lunchtime. See? Thought so. It is lunchtime for you. It is dinner or tea time, depending on which part of the nation you are from in the UK for me. And I had the dry palette less than an hour ago. What I'm going to do is, instead of using dry palette then, is I'm going to use a fidget spinner. So if you pop them all in like that, to make very nice little tiny paint trays. So I'm going to use a fidget spinner. And I'm going to put it in there just so it doesn't move around too much. Move the foam thing out of the way. Right, so we need black first. We do. We need black. Pardon me. Thank you very much. Mini Laz said that I'm pardoned, so I'm okay. I've been pardoned.
You're welcome. You can also use the fidget spinner.
Thank you. Well, I've already knit this one off you. This one's already been used for paints.
Just don't take
it. So this one's going to be an interesting one because Mini Laz is going to be chatting away behind me while he watches YouTube, which I've told him he can't have on at the same time as I am. So let's go have a look now and see if I can join portrait mode. I don't see if it's even started portrait mode. It has started portrait mode. Okay. I'm good. It's done it. It's done what I needed it to do. Good evening, Graham. Good evening. Thank you for joining me up in portrait mode and over in... just a quick hi and bye, but okay. Thank you for coming in. I'm assuming that's because you're doing stuff and you're busy. Because of all the things that are happening in your world that make you busy. So we need to base coat the bases first before we do anything else. Which means we get pre-made paint. pre-mixed. It's more grey than black. But it will suffice for the undercoat, because that's what it is. It is primer. It's a mixture of black and white primer. Strange, isn't it, how it comes out as grey. So we're going to start with the Froggy base, which has got the 3 poison dart frogs and the snow texture, but I'm not keeping it as snow. I got a Pating. Sorry, bear with me one moment. My uncle's just asked me if I can message him back with the date for my wedding, because the invite has slipped down the back of the fridge, apparently. Did he say down the back of the fridge? No, down the back of the fire. Which means that it's gone. It's gone. He's not coming back anytime soon. So I'm just going to pick this one up, and then I'm quickly going to send him a picture of the invite. So we have the base with the three frogs primed and ready. Just give me one moment, because my uncle needs a response for this, because I need a response off him. So I will be back in a second. This might happen a few times, because as I said, I am early, so I'm not rushing anything this time.
Hi.
There's going to be lots of things that are going on and happening and sound-wise, so strange things in the background I do apologise for. But I can't do it. So I'm just going to have to type it out to him, and obviously I don't want this to be. I'll give him the address as well. Hopefully that works. Now, yeah, that is a balloon that's getting bounced around, for those of you who have noticed. Mini Laz is playing with the balloon. And if he's allowed to do, he's still early, so he's still he's had time to play about. So there we go. I've responded to my uncle. That one's been painted. That one stays as it is. The rocks for Big Babs need to be sorted as well. So that's over the Astro Granite and over the caulking. I'm using a cheap brush for this, because that's all you need to do, really. Hello to anyone over in portrait mode. If you wish to chat, please feel free. As I said at the start of the stream, I have gone early, which means that I'm also at my meal time. It's not me, I'd eat now and then sort it out, then not be eating when I come back later on. We need the Barbarian Hector, which has got the bigger rocks, but no Astro Granite. Big difference. No Astro Granite on this base, just the big rocks. So both the Barbarians will have cork style rocks to stand on. King Hector Demaris Piper has got slate, and the wizard, or the dark wizard, or black wizard, black mage, sorry, black mage, has got a slate as well, whereas the dark sorcerer instead is riding a wave, or hopefully will be a very small little wave type looking thing. So I'm trying for anyway. Don't always accomplish what I try for, but I get close. And if it's not quite right, I can always do it again. I already tacked him on with a bit of Bostik. So let them dry. So he's actually stuck to that now, which is going to be his wave crashing forward, or at least him riding said watery thing. We need to do Yojimbo's. Yojimbo's text. I want to put a bit more of something on these. So you've got Yojimbo and the Warrior both on foam bases. I'm going to leave them to last because I want to put a bit more on it. King Hector the Mary's Piper only has one little bit of slate on his rock. You can see it just there. Wrong way, that way. Just there. So there's not a lot on there, but it has got a good covering of Astro Granite as well. So just to get it all the same tone, all the same colour. And the same with these ones, which are for the Black Mage. Now he's going to stand actually either side of the rocks. The rocks are going to go in between his legs. But we do need to prime it first. Otherwise all the paint's going to chip off. And that's not good. We don't want that. We don't want the paint to chip off. So even though it is a rock and it was technically the right colour, we kind of want it to be matching with all the base as well. So the rocks have been painted along with the actual base itself. Right then, so what do I actually want to do? What do I want to add on the foam bases? What do I want to try and carve in or make different? How do I want to do this? Because these are looking pretty plain in fairness. Now there is texture on them when I textured it with the tin foil and the rock. I mean, I could come back in again and attack it with rock or tin foil. Give it more texture if I wished. But I'm thinking I want to put some markings and things in it. So let's find something hard and sharp. Like the dip pen. The dip pen will work fine. So what we can do is with this we can just indent a few scratches to make it look like there's been half of a, that's where wagons or other things come from. Good evening, Lee. Good evening. Welcome in. So we have wagons, a wagon track there. Then we can always glue a bit of the basing material that we use, the tea leaves essentially. Glue a bit of them into this section. And then we can have Yojimbo, Hector, just stood across them a little bit. So you can see a little bit of the tracks there, and obviously there'll be a bit of the grass there in front of it. So we can go down that route for him. So that's the Yojimbo base. That's what I'm going to do with his. Regarding the Knight Hector. It has got a nice big chunky texture piece in it, which is good. But I just need a bit more. So in this case, I'm going to get the amethyst. Because I've got an amethyst rock. Well, that Mini Lars gave me. Very kind of him. So I'm just going to use this to add bigger indentations, sharper points, things like that. That will be twisted. Adding more stuff to the Discord. Might as well call this Twisted Nerf Paintings Discord at this point in time, because you put more in there than I have. There we go. That one's textured more as opposed to adding something. And again, we've got to paint them both anyway. Just so they're sealed, and with them being foam, that, yeah, we have to kind of seal it first with something. But we don't want anything that's going to fill in the gaps too much and fill in all the places where we've textured it. That'll be a bad thing. That is a very bad thing. For anyone who would like to see all of Twisted's work that he's put up in, please check out the Discord. The link is in the description down below. There's a bunch more. So if you're not already in one of the many, many Discords that me and Twisted share, you can join mine. It is free of charge. And yeah, you get to see what anyone in the community posts. Which is, let's face it, you all do some really good work. Between Twisted, Lucky Knife, Graham, How puts a lot in there. How churns through models. I'm not sure how does it. How just churns through models. Box set will come out and he's painted them all before I've even done a unit. So there we go. Final base, which has now been textured. Now they will be painted probably brown for muddy effects, whereas some of them will be left grey. The first thing I want to do is the froggies, the poison dart frogs, and take a bite of pizza because I need food. Okay, so we've got a slightly damp brush. We have ivory, which is our usual dry brushing colour. I'm not sure how much is left in this, to be quite honest, but luckily we're using this one, so hopefully it will last long enough to get it all done. That's what we want. It's ideally what we need. We get, it's called a medium base brush from Citadel, but I'm going to use it as a dry brush. And something to wet my dry brush on, something to... Cork will do. There we go. Just over... Ah! I've knocked frog off. I didn't mean to knock a frog off. No! Where did I put the Bostik? As I said, it was Bostik all-purpose, really thick gel glue. Like, stupidly thick. So I only have to squeeze out the tiniest little bit. Try and get a little tiny bit stringing off there. And then try my best to pop him back into place and not glue the top back on. That would be a good start. That would be a good start to not glue the top back on. And then we put him back in there and hopefully he dries before the end of the stream so I can carry on. Now, anywhere else dried? Not quite. Not quite, not quite. Everyone else has been touched up. Okay. So let's give that a bit of a wash off and then we'll carry on and start with actual frogs. Froggy, frog, 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 froggies. So we have Fats. We have King Hector, Demaris Piper, which I believe we need to come back with the gunship green. What time do we got? This is a I missed Monday, so I'm making up for it stream, Ali. So I've gone early today just to try and make up for Monday. So hopefully I'll be here for a while. That's my plan anyway. I've even brought food with me. Just in case. Well, no, not just in case about it. It's tea time, but I've brought food with me. Okay, so now we need to come back and have a look at King Hector Damaris Piper, which is him. I'm pretty sure this is a slightly different shade of green than we've already got on him. So we're just going to try and touch up with highlights and varying layers. No worries, Ali. I'll just see you later if you make it back. If not, enjoy your evening. Because, as you said, you're about to head out into town, which usually means fun and frivolities all around. Pick the top of his head. And down the side there. Well, we just need to catch his bottom lip. Which means I've got to hope my hand stays steady. And just touch on his top lip there. Okie dokies. Now his armour. I don't mind looking at the mic because it's the camera there. Now for his armour, and then you're going to get messages and food. Fair enough. Oh, it's alright then. You're not going to get drunk and messed up. That's good. So we need to look at his armour and the magical glow thing that he's got in his hand here. So with the magical glow thing, I'm thinking we start with something like Sotek Green and then brighten it up with Black Jade. That's what I'm thinking for his magic presence. So the darker recesses are going to be the green, brighter recesses, and the glow in his face is going to be the jade. That's what I would like to try, so that's what I'm going to give a go. I shouldn't need much of this Sotek Green. I should not need much of it at all, so I'm just going to put it on this section of the palette. Well, the fidget spinner. And then we paint all this in that colour. And then just that little side of his cheek there, where I want the glow to be coming out and onto him. And just a bit on the armour there. Just so I know where I need to get the glow and where I want it to be afterwards. So there is a bit of a glow on the side of his... You can't see from there, can you? And you can't see from there either. That's good. Oh, well. Right. There is glow on the side of his face. There is a bit more of that shade of green on the side of his face. I'm trying. And I don't mean I'm trying everyone's patience. I mean, I'm actually trying to do this properly. Although I probably am trying everyone's patience. You decided to go for the OSL on that little copper hatchling. Oh, little copper dragon. It goes nice for the little red one as well. Again, pizza. Okay. I'm going to leave that actually for a minute. Just because it gives it a chance to get actual original colour to dry. Armour. Armour. I want it to be quite bright, shiny. So I'm going to go brass, Agrax Earthshade, highlight brass again. So give brass a nice good shake because my Vallejo brass is the one that I'm using. Now I've got to be careful when it comes to painting this because obviously I don't want to cover up the light or the glow that I've put off from the thing in his hand. It's odd because he's kind of holding that weird thing in here and the glow on the side of his face there. It's odd, I know. Really, I should be sat more square to the desk than I am. Now I should have something here to help clear this, to make sure that the nozzle is usable. There we go. And now I have a brass, tiny tipped screwdriver. So again, because I'm not going to be using a lot of brass, I'm just going to put a small dollop of it on there and then use it from that bit. And we'll see where we can end up from. So far he's had, what is it? Sotek green and Vallejo gunship green on him. Now we're going to do the armor in Vallejo brass. Then we'll come back and we go for the Pro Acryl Jade, Bright Jade to make the highlights on the spell afterwards. But we've got to wait for that to dry. So while we wait for that to dry, we paint the armor in. Paint lots and lots of armor because he's covered in it. Again, trying not to catch anywhere where I've put the glow, if I can help it at all. I'm not saying I'm going to be able to, but I'm going to try. It's all we can do really, isn't it? Is try. Especially if it's something we've not done before. And source lighting is something I haven't done before. Twisted some loads of it. Lucky Knife's even done some. And some non-metallic metal as well. Me, on the other hand, this is the first time I'm trying to do something like source lighting or anything like that, really. So let's see how it goes. So just letting the darker shade dry first, and then we'll come back in with the lighter shade after. But in the meantime, we crack on with something else, because not every stream is going to end up being stopped because I have to wait for drying times. I'm going to try and limit that to not happening if I can. But as last week proves, sometimes, regardless of how prepared I think I am, it just does not happen. Make sure we get everywhere we need to. We don't want to have to come back with tiny bits of colours just to touch up things that we don't really, that we should have already done, really. So we're going to make sure we get his hands and his armour all the way up and down. Here comes many lads, here comes many lads, what's he wanting this time? He is wanting food, he is wanting food.
No.
Oh.
I want a bath.
Oh, you got a bath, okay.
I need a bath.
He usually wants food.
I'm going to ask for food after my bath.
There you go. See, told you. You're going to ask for food after his bath. Mini Laz is, yeah. He likes making sure that I'm never right. Especially when it comes to him. And the ground. Now I've spotted 2 hearts so far. 2 hearts. All these hexes seem to have hearts on them. Oh, I spotted 2 on this one. He's got 1 on his chest and 1 that looks like a gem on his crown. So these are going to be fun to paint, aren't they? Gotta come back and clean the brush in a sec as well. So he's getting a little bit on the thick side, which is not good. Which means I'm at least 1 paint attempt over what I should have done before I cleaned it. So let's clean that off now. Oh, dearie me. Dearie me. Ourselves will bring the tips back in. And the bristles back into line. And we just leave that little bit of the crown where the source lighting is going to be. And we just go around the model making sure we have actually got everywhere. There we go. So now he does look like a king, doesn't he? With a crown and everything. Now I'm thinking purple sword, purple cape, red sword. So he's going to be very multicolored. Very multicolored. So let's give the jade a shake up. Again, I know I'm using like 3 or 4 different brandings of paint here. But you use whatever brands you feel about, whichever ones you get the better results from. Perfect. Just 1 drop, pretty much what I needed. And then I can pick up a bit of excess off there as well and pop that down there. As well as mix a little bit in with the darker colour there. And then let's see how well this goes. Wish me luck, people. Wish me luck. Because I'm gonna need it. See, this is one of the few times where shaky hands helps. As I said, there's going to be a few things going on in the background that you may be able to hear. For those of you who just caught Minute Lads singing the final countdown. Okay, so let's see how that looks now. I need to make whatever this is that's causing the light brighter. I'm just going to get a small dab of ivory. Mix it in at the very end, and it'll be almost wet blending, I suppose. Would that be the style? Because I've not let it dry. Is it wet blending now? Yeah, I love some Boston. Well, he was he was using the tune for the final countdown, but he was singing the final Blastoise because he's Pokemon crazy. I've got to say that's partially my fault. I am a bit of a poking up myself. There we go. I think that's worked. There's a little spot on there, I think. There we go. Yeah, that's the great thing to do with a freshly painted, still wet model is drop the damn thing. Clever, lads. Clever. Clever, man. But it's been done, right? So now we need the reds. So I'm going to need either Corn or Mephisto red. Certainly not Pink Horror. Alright, we'll go for Mephisto red with a highlight of Scarlet. See, there is a difference. So Mephisto red is going to be from the Citadel range, and we're going to use Procool Bold Pyro red as well. So a bit of a combination, and this is going to be free sword. Oh, shaky. Any of you 13-year-old boys should be really good at this. We get a brush. We get a bit of the red out. And we'll pop it in the orange one for now. Just because it was there. Why not? I mean, there's plenty of reasons why not. But nobody's talking to me and saying anything, so yeah, why not? If it gets to that point, it's... Well, why the devil don't you just do it the way you want to, man? It's a good thing. It's a good point. I should just do it whatever the hell way I want to, shouldn't I? Same as everyone else. You get a model, and obviously it'll probably come with box art or online. Somebody's painted it or 3D rendered it with AI, so it's all nice and coloured in. Just because they've chose them colours does not mean you have to. You can paint your models whatever colour you want, regardless of what other people say. It's great. For instance, I know I've not done any of these in the same way that they would have been done by the creator. Certainly not. Not in any way, shape or form. But does it mean say I'm doing a bad model and I'm doing a bad job? No, it does not. What it does mean is that I've at least got the creativity and wherewithal to make my own fucking decisions. That's what that means. We're going to paint in the heart as well. Right in the centre of his chest there. And this is going to be a hard one to get. This is the one on his crown, which I can only just see if I have it at the right distance and angle. There we go. So hopefully you'll be able to see a tiny little red dot in the middle of his head and one in the middle of his chest now, I hope. I mean, if I bring it closer, you'll be able to see the red dots, you just don't see the clarity. If I put it too far away, you still don't see the clarity because it's too far away. Hopefully by next week that issue might actually be resolved, because dickhead me dropped my phone. So just to show you, it is just about functioning. But yeah, you can see the corner there and the nice spider webbing cracks. Go over there so people can see the corners. Do it again. Oh, there we go. See, really nice. Yeah. So I've got a new one arriving on. Well, not a new phone, but not a new one, but new for me. Different one arriving tomorrow. So hopefully, well, it is a better phone. There's no hoping about that. I know it's a better phone. But hopefully I'll be able to do the stuff that I wanted that one to do in the first place. Now we're going to come in with the wash. In this case, it's going to be the Agrax Earthshade. Another Citadel. I have a lot of the Citadel range. Especially when it comes to greys and browns. Oh, I've got loads. Loads of them. Too bloody many, in fact. So I've got way too many browns and stuff. So while we're waiting for the reds to dry properly, we're going to get this one. And we're going to Agrax his armour. And we will be coming back in to highlight all this back up again, but we do need to dull it down first. I said dull it down, not draw it down. We ain't doing no Lord of the Ringsy stuff. So hopefully that's him nicely dulled. In fact, that is him very nicely dulled. Ooh. That's good. Yeah, I like it when things actually work. It is good. So, temporarily pop King Hector Demaris Piper down. Now, is there anyone else who needs a bit of a wash or a bit of a highlight? Nope. Not on him. And not on the Jimbo Hector, I've already done that. So we will get there eventually, we'll get there. Yeah, poor phone. It meant concrete hard. It meant concrete really hard. So here you come now. Right, I wish to, if I'm going to do dirt, I'm going to start with XV88. And I'm going to go up to a Bala Brown. That's what I'm going to do. On the one for... No, not him. Where are you? Sorry, dude. There you are. On the one for this dude. Which is... I can't get this right. I can never... I've moved my cameras around and I can't see shit now. So yeah, this fellow one waving his sword around. Up in the air. Look what I got! That one. He's going to be on the... Do I put him on the... No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Scrag with XV88 for him. And then I think I'll use Bala Brown and Zandri Dust for Jimbo. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. It will work, I hope. So we start with the Bala Brown because it's the darker of the two. And we get the big brush. We shouldn't need more than this really to just blah, 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 all over it. See? Just there. Done. Well, so better get around the side as well, aren't we? Get around the side as well, and then it's done. See, different coloured bases, different. Yeah, it makes sense in my head. Probably no one else's. But it makes sense in mine. Now I want the Bala Brown for the next one. So for this one, I want Bala Brown. And both will be getting an Agrax Earthshade wash once they've dried. Probably should have started with these. Oh, no point fretting over it now, is there? So Bala Brown all over this one. We can make sure we spread it out enough so that we don't lose the texture and the detail that we added in there earlier. We don't want to undo all our hard work now, do we? No, we do not. And now we come back and realise that we've not done Fats's base. So look, we still have some primer left. And we can come back and attack Fats's base with the primer. Now he's going to be very steampunky. So we might be using bronze and silvers and stuff for his base on here. Maybe even attempt a chevron or two. Who knows? I certainly don't. I never have a plan. If I ever know what I'm doing, people, you know to be scared, don't you? You do know to be scared if Laz is on farm and he's not making mistakes and he's doing things right. You know the world's coming to an end, don't you? Just so we're all on the same page with that. If anything happens correctly and nothing goes wrong on my stream, run. Just run. I'm not sure where you're gonna run to, but just run. Right. This set of rocks needs a second coating. Just because some of the brown was still showing through. And it's the natural brown from the cork. I don't particularly want that because it won't be the same as what we're using. So we need to make sure we get all that nice and in there. And then we'll double check on the other one as well. So yeah, there's still some browns in there that we can't get. There we go. Right, that's that easy bit done. He says all of it should be easy really, shouldn't it? You would think it would be. Now we need the dry brush again. And we need King Hector's base. And the black mage, or the dark mage base. So we come to King Hector's first. And we dry brush that very quickly. And then we get the black mages. And we do the same with that. Then we can add a non-oil wash to it, or an Agrax Earthshade wash, whichever one you want. I'm going to add an Agrax because I like Agrax. Agrax is a good wash. There it is. And it's out, available near my hand. That helps as well. So we get the Agrax Earthshade. And we want to be quite liberal with this. So we'll get that well in and all over everything we've just dry brushed on these bases. And then the other one, which is this one. Now that should actually be enough for that. We just need to move it around a lot. See, move it around. There we go. So that one done, that one done. Ooh. We are still waiting on drying times, sadly. So for now, I'm going to pop up something that I've not used for a while. If I can find it. There we go. That is it. And then I need to put music on, don't I? I think we should go back to Arius and the Nation, you know. We're not doing arcs at the minute. Yeah. No, that's not the right one, is it? Ah, damn it, Dan, why have you got so many channels? This is the problem when you know people on YouTube and they keep bringing out channels to do different things. You end up with a lot of channels that you are connected to or that you have listed. for you to scroll through. Jeez. How many things have I subscribed to? There's some stuff that, yeah, they don't even need subscribing to, do they? Stories to the Nation. I can't find this thing now. No, where's Harris's West? Oh, what's Dan's channel called? I know Stories to the Nation is stories. That kind of goes without saying, doesn't it? Oh, why can't I find? Good evening, Blood. Good evening. I'm currently trying to, since there's somebody who I talk to and I know from on YouTube, and he does music. And I know I've subscribed. I just can't find his fucking channel. So I can put music on for this break screen. It's not EST21. Or ETS21. No, that's somebody else. That's... Now, I thought it was under Arius Nation. I might be right. It might be Arius Nation. It is Arius Nation. Here we go. The usual one, which is called Starbound. So I will leave you listening to this for a moment. And I will be back very shortly.
Crowded show, flooded lights in the undertow. Every face was a mirrored flame, every voice still calls my name. We were sparks against the dark, every lyric lit a mark. Still I feel it, still it stays, calling through the the sound remains, every song still runs in our veins. will never fade, will never fold. These echoes never get old. Distant signals in the sky tonight. Every heartbeat screaming back in time. We were reckless, we were never blind. The fire we lit will never die. The fire we lit will never die. Another night under suburban skies. Dreams too big for a town this size. Every street feels like a cage. Every mile is another stage. We're burning faster than the ground. Every silence makes a sound. Chasing signals out of sight. Runaway hearts into the night. Like runaway satellites we fly. Breaking free from the weight of time. Every orbit pulls us high. We were made to cross the line. Flickering lights on the interstate. Every choice feels a little late. We don't belong where the echoes fade. We'll light it up with the mess we made. We're burning faster than the ground. Every silence makes a sound. Chasing signals out of sight. Runaway hearts into the night. Like runaway satellites we fly. Breaking free from the weight of time. Every orbit pulls us high. We were made to cross the line. We won't crash, we won't fall. Gravity can't take it all. Every scar is proof we tried. Every night we're amplified. Like runaway satellites we fly. Breaking free from the weight of time. Every orbit pulls us high. We were made to cross the line. We were made to cross the line.
Back up. Oh. Ah. Yeah, I'm working. And that should be muted. Hello, I am back. Thank you for anyone who held on. We are hopefully up working again. Hopefully all sound is coming through fine. And hopefully things have started to dry. Not completely, I can still see that these two are wet. Has this froggy dried? Nope. I'm definitely going to need super glue for him, aren't I? I don't like that. And how are we doing on these two? Nope, not dry yet. Nope, not dry yet. Okay, that's fine. We'll just go back on to King Hector, Demaris Piper. We can move on. We can move on from these things. I was looking for that. It was right next to me. He's back, and so am I. You're back, blood. You are. And I'm back. I am back. I know I'm early tonight for anyone who is thinking, hell, lads, you're like way early. Yeah, I know. I figured I've got Monday to make up for. So that's what I'm going to do. Put the bright red in there now. The bright red. Yeah. I want the actual good brush. I'm just going to take a little bit off the end there. And use it to mash around in there a bit. And then we can get to the Mary's Piper again. Now, this is the bit that I struggle with because I'm sat awkwardly. Not gonna lie, I'm sat weird. And I can't actually see some of the things I want to paint. Which doesn't help. So I need to try and get it in the right light. So that I can actually follow the line as neatly as possible. Just using the edge of my brush because I don't want it to go too far. And then this is really hard. I've got to try and spot the highlight, the little heart on his crown. There we go. And then just a little bit more in the chest crest. You're working on your Lord of Skulls. Good luck with that. Because that is a beast of a model. It's absolutely huge. It's essentially a Baneblade with a stomper attached to it and extra bits of stuff. About the only way I can think of putting it. Extra bits of stuff. Lots of trim and greeblies and things. It's loads. Alright. Now we're coming back to these two bases because they look dry enough for me to do this. You've built the upper body and you're about to start the tracks. Oh dear. See, tracks are the worst thing. I hate tracks. I like the new Repulsor stuff. I like the fact that the new stuff is hover technology for the Space Marines, which means there are no tracks. I like that. That is good. Because I don't like tracks. That's what, is that my pen that I've been looking for ages? No! No, but that is perfect. This was the other thing that I thought I'd misplaced. Turns out I haven't, and I've just found it. It is my little miniature dry brush. So again, just going over on the cork. And then, in this case, we want to be really, really light with it. Because what we don't want to do is get in any of those little divoted places. We just want to keep it on the raised bits. So we'll be really, really careful with that. In fact, that might actually work better than the one I was going to use. I was going to use Xandri Dust, weren't I? This might actually work better on the other one. We'll find out now. No, definitely needs a wash. Okay, so that's the next thing onto those two bases. Yep, 4 tank tracks, 4 sets of tank tracks for one model. Luckily, when I got my Baneblade, it was already assembled. Personally wanted it before me put it together. But I do still have some Russes and I think a Chimera that needs tracking. And I've got to go make sure I can find all the tracks for it. Makes it all fun, doesn't it? Makes it all fun. Here he comes to make the noise. Mini Lass comes down the stairs. Boy, does he come down at a rate. Oh boy, does he come down at a rate. Alright. So now we're going to try going back to... No, can't. They're still soaking wet. Well, not soaking wet, but they're still wet. It's not good. We don't want wet. But what we do want is metallic. Is the metallic. Is the metallic. There we go. Lead belcher. We do want lead belcher because that's what we want to do on this base. The one that looks like it's got a little bit of a spanner on it. We'll attack that with the lead belcher. We'll see where we're going from there. If there is anyone else in chat, please feel free to say hello. Hit that like button, subscribe button, or anything else that you want to click while you're here. Oh, you've really got to shake the metallics up. You've really got to give them a good beating. Otherwise, they just don't work. And we get the small crappy dry brush, which is the GW one. The one that takes a beating more than any others. It's alright, mate. You allowed. What are you doing? What are you up to? And then we just give that a rough dry brush in silver to make it slightly shiny. And then we get yellow. Then orange, then red. Then the grey again. That's how we're doing this. That's how we're doing the undersides. It's going to be weird. People are going to wonder, what are you doing, Laz? That's not how you paint things green. And you'll be right. That's not how you paint things green. So we come in here like that. And in there like so. And then come around the front there as well. We want that to be like bright yellow, which I believe it is going to be. And then we're going to build it up with orange and red, then black, and have it fading out. So it's hot underneath. It's very hot underneath him. And I just figured out who the two viewers are watching on portrait mode. One's me, and the other one's Sparkles, his phone right there. That's reassuring, isn't it? When you know that everyone who's watching you on a certain thing is in the same house as you. That's in the same bloody room as you. There we go. Fire Dragon Bright. But no, wait for that to dry. Come back over it with firmer yellow. What we'll do in the meantime is find the Agrax Earthshade, which was right next to us. There it is. And now hopefully, well, obviously they're not dry because they're still sticking to my finger. And if we have to come back to a dry brushing set. And this is what I'm going to be doing throughout this entire stream, is bouncing from one set to another. Basically, whatever I can do on one, and then I'll do as much whatever I can there, and I'll move across to things as they dry. So a little bit of ivory. Again, taking it off on the little cork plating that I have next to me. Or little sheet of cork that I have next to me. And then I'm going to dry brush this cork. And then do the same on this one. This one I do have to catch the Astro Granite a bit though. There we are. so that's them done nice and easy. Now we have, that's Gravelord. We don't want Gravelord. We want some of the other speed bits. Like Crusader skin. And hardened leather. There we go. Then we can just kind of tint them and dye them instead of actually painting them. We'll go with Crusader skin first. What a surprise. Way too frigging much has come out. Way too much. As always. It's the case with those, isn't it? I might like the paints, but the bottles aren't exactly the bloody best. Crusader skin for this one. Sorry, I need to move it up further a bit, don't I? And we do want it to get quite a lot of it in there so it goes everywhere. Every individual track has, oh for fuck's, no. Nope, that's me not getting, never getting a lot of skulls. Just to warn you now. Blood for the Blood God has just put me off a lot of skulls for life. I don't like doing tracks at the best of time. And if they're going to be that intricate and that much of a pain in the ass, I don't think I'm going to enjoy doing them at all. So, no lot of skulls for me. I'm alright though. I've got an Angron and I've got an Angry Ron. Who's my Demon Prince, by the way. About the same size as an Angron, just looks a little bit slimmer. Not a lot slimmer, like, but... And his weapons are slightly different. He still has a sword and an axe, but they're not mechanical like Angrons are. These are like made from... Well, I call it Warpstone because I've painted it a weird purpley green. So yeah, I've got a Warpstone instead of whatever you would normally paint them as. Can I get a bit of this done now? Let's brighten them up a bit, but I think I'm going to leave that one as it is for now. Although I'm going to dull down the centre of that a bit. Just because I wanted to. No real reason for it, I just wanted to. So bases are getting up there, they're working slowly coming up. So Jimbo's ready for that one. King Hector's ready for that one. He's ready for that one. He's ready for that one. Babs is ready for that one. That's ready for that one. He goes on there. And that goes on there. Right. So we're getting bases ready for everyone. Now we've just got to get everyone else ready for the bases. So let's come back to King Hector because he's the one we've been working on tonight. And now we need to highlight up his armour. So we come back to the brass, I believe it was. Yeah, brass. Just in the really bright, in the higher edges, we're just going to try and brighten all that up. Just certain areas of it, not everything. But we still want that wash to be coming through and to showing the shadow and the depth. So now we're just kind of looking to catch higher edges. because we're doing it kind of a dry brushy style, we don't need a lot of paint on the brush. But that should bring out King Hector Damaris Pipers. I mean, that sword looks really bright on camera. It does not look that bright in front of me. Doesn't look anywhere near that bright in front of me. So that is a bit worrying. But I need to do his trousers. I need to do his pants. So I think what I shall do with his trousers is I'm going to paint them ivory first, and then I'll wash them with something. I do like tinting things after an ivory paint job, just because it's easier. It's actually quite easy to paint that way. So nice ivory trousers that I can then colour a different colour if I need to. Hey, we're getting that. Now we need to do the colour of his cloak, which royal always makes me think purple. Always does. So we're not going to go fancy, we're just going to use the two purples. We've got Terrestrial Titan and Alien Purple by Warpaints, which I think is Army Painter. And we're going to go for both of those. One darker, one lighter, obviously. And these are the same two that we use for the Sorcerer. So while I've got these in, I might as well start the Sorcerer, aren't I? And back again. You got a shower in while my helmet. No worries, Twisted. No worries. Welcome back, mate. Welcome back. We've managed to get a bit of stuff done while you was away having your shower. Just while I'm thinking about that, I'm just going to come back with the yellow to get the second coat in here. Just because, although this yellow covers better than any other yellow that I've used, it's still yellow and covers like yellow. So you're still going to need at least 2 coats, if not 3. Whereas most of the yellows I've used take about 4 or 5. This one's actually okay, it only takes about 2 or 3. So we just get that brightened up a bit before I go into other colours. Give it a chance to dry. Right. So we need the dark purple first. I'm not even sure what half of these colours are I've got in my palette now. I'm not sure at all. So I'm going to put a bit of dark purple in the green spot, in the green place. And enough so I can do the cloak and move on to the Sorcerer. Pardon me. But first of all, we need King Hector Damaris Piper. And then we need a nice brush that's going to cover cloak easily. And quickly. So I'm going for a nice flat tip brush rather than a rounded. It's a nice chisel tip. See? So it is wider and can cover more area quickly. It's just getting along the edges where it's hard and you don't want to overlap and smudge. Really don't like those type of areas. I'm going to do the inside all purple, but I'm just going to do the dark purple on the inside. So the outside's going to get a brush with the lighter shades, but the inside is not. And that's going to be the difficult bit, especially when it comes to the folds and how it's flipped about. Figure out which is the inside and which is the outside when I come to bits like this side of him. And while I have the dark purple out, let's get the sorcerer started. That's this guy here. Pretty much want all his cloak. Everything that isn't skin to be coated in the dark purple first. I'm going to leave his arms to be green. And because I know roughly where the inspiration for this one's come from, I'm going to try and keep it in line with that inspiration. If you're not sure where that inspiration is, then you need to go watch some 90s cartoons and 2000s cartoons. I have nieces and nephews, which is why I'm aware of a lot of these. And they were all growing up around about that time, so as well as me being younger, obviously in the 90s. Ah, right, see, he's flopping now. That glue's not holding him on right. So I am going to need proper glue for this. The Bostik is not working. And because I thought it would, I didn't go out and buy proper super glue. How much of a dick am I? Okay, so that's what I believe to be the purple done. I hope that's purple done. I'm not sure anymore. I'm not sure. I've lost track of everything. What am I painting again? Oh yeah, Fats 32. That's what I'm doing. I'm getting Fats 32 and I am dry brushing him so that good metal. I want him all shiny. I'm shiny. Ah, nope, get that song out of my fucking head. Stupid crap. Stupid crap. You put a white ink halo. Ooh, you use a lot of inks so Twisted. A lot of inks. I've noticed that. Whereas I use washes because they're water based. You seem to use a lot of inks. I'm beginning to think I know where the difference in our styles is coming and difference in our finished results is coming from. Might have something to do with the difference in things we're using and the way we're using them. I'm using washes like you use inks, whereas what I should really be doing is using inks. That's what I should be doing, but I don't. I use washes instead, which do have a similar effect, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they don't work, but I've seen a lot of people using inks now, and I think inks will be the way to go to get stuff done. Except for Quality God Shade, that gets used as its normal one, as it should do. And you're going to cover it with fluorescent green. Ooh, fluorescent green. So, Fats 32 has just been done gunmetal. Which means hopefully we can come back to King Hector. And then we're going to be able to do the outside of his cloak. So rather than that being purple. Oh, inks are good for airbrushing. Right, okay, well, Calm still has my airbrush at the moment. So, not much I can do about that. Right, I need something to stain his trousers. That sounds wrong. I need something to paint his trousers.
Is that kind of cool? So.
So in this case, I'm going to use the Flesh Shade that I used for the other base, just to give it a slightly browny look, but not too brown. I still want that to. I want it to be considerably lighter than everything else. So you can see his trousers and that he is wearing pants. Makes a big difference, that, doesn't it? Right, now we need a light purple. You giggled too. See, it's not just me. People thinking, Laz, it's your mind that does all this. It's not. It's not. I'm well aware there's people who come and watch me who have just as depraved a brain as I do. For good or ill. Oh, wrong one. That's that dude. I want King Hector of Demaris Piper. And I want that. Mid-tone first, please. And no kiddie. They're causing all that ruckus, aren't they? And they're not letting you get involved. I know. All that ruckus and they're not letting you play. You could come up here and help me if you wanted to, but you can't get up on the desk. Oh, the sparkles come down now. Is that where the loud meows come out? Sparkles come down and she's got the thing that goes on her knee. Oh. That's the laptop, by the way. In case you're wondering, the cat likes to sit on Sparkle's knee, but obviously with the laptop there, the cat can't. Oh, you get range time this week. Oh, dear Lord. For those in the same area, or the same postcode, or the same zip code as Twisted, if at that point you would wish to duck for cover, I don't think anybody's going to blame you. So there we go, we've got a nice purple cloak now. I'm not saying Twisted's a bad shot, I'm just saying he's not practiced for a while. So, he's got a bit of rust to knock off. Definitely got a bit of rust to knock off. Now let's come back to the brass, because that's what I'm using as instead of gold. And then we've got a little band right across the bottom of his cloak, which I didn't spot earlier until after the fact. And now I've got to do my best to not knock everything off my desk, but painting this little strip along the bottom. Which, let me tell you, is not bloody easy. Because it is only just visible. I'd say less than a millimeter in depth. So it's barely visible. But barely is still visible. Problem is, my hands aren't that steady, are they? I mean, I've come on before tablet time and everything tonight, so I've not even taken medication for yet. Yeah. But that gives him a little gold-ish trimble on the bottom. Just turn that over so he's not sticking to my arm as much. So we've got a purpley gold cloak-ish. In fact, King Hector Demaris Piper is pretty much done. So he... No, I can't glue him onto his bloody base because I've got no super glue. Because I've still not been out and bought any because I'm a div. Well, at least they admit it, alright? At least they admit it. I'm an idiot. Yes, I am. I didn't buy the things that I need, and I should have. So for now, I'm just going to take him off there. So that's going to be the base for the Sorcerer. Hopefully it's going to look like a crashing wave. That's what I want it to look like. Couple of pipes, couple of plates on fats. Just to stop him being all monotoned and monochrome. No, I'm not going to keep him symmetrical like I would normally in something with armor. I'll try and keep it to a degree symmetrical. But he's habdashed and slapchopped and messied around a lot. So only certain bits are going to be different colours. Most of it's going to be the silver. It's only been a year. Just need to show your proficiency to get your CC permit reviewed. All right, okay. So it's only been a year. So that shouldn't be too bad then. People shouldn't have to duck too much. Right, so we've got a little bit of a separate colour on there. We're going to put like red in his eyes, I think. I think it needs bright red in eyes. Just to give him that real, real blurry, but just to give him a machiney type look. And he's going to go on the bright yellow base, which we've got to come back for an orange too, yeah, haven't we? Oh, I forgot about that. Well, you're drying and everything else is drying. Let's come and get the orange and start on that base. As I said, tonight I will be jumping from bit to bit to bit to bit to bit to bit to bit, just so I can get it going. Get it going. I need the rubbish brush. Now this orange is just as bad as the yellow. This is going to take about 3 bloody coats, or 2 or so coats on it as well. Again, we don't want to get all the way inside because we want the yellow to still come through the closest. But we do want the orange to come through and then red to come through and then eventually work it up to the smoky grey. So let's let that dry now. I mean, that looks bright there, doesn't it? Just by putting it in the shadow, you can see how bright that looks. I did use Fire Dragon Bright, which is another Citadel colour. I use a lot of them, I know. You're back, Ali. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. That means I know all 3 people that are watching in portrait mode, and only 2 of them are sat in this room. Just give Sparkles a little look there because she's the other one. There's me, Sparkles, and Ali. That we're the only ones in portrait mode, apparently. And we have Blood for Blood Gone Twisted over in horizontal. Anybody else who have missed and you would like me to sell your name, please say so, because I don't know you're there at the minute. Right. Light purple. Light purple. Light purple. We need purple. Light purple. And then we need to put that in there and get the crap brush and then mix that all in with the dark purple. And wash that brush off. And then we're slowly going to be adding little bits of light purple in and dry brushing it up. Hopefully. So we're going to try wet blending with a dry brush on this model. Whew. Wish me luck. Because, oh boy, am I going to need it. So we've come over with that colour. Oh, wait a minute, forgot the front of him. Oh, now that we've been over with that colour, we add a drop more in to make it lighter. Rub the majority of it off again. I use Fire Dragon Bright for making non-metallic copper. So that's what you used to be for the really high bright colour then, is the Fire Dragon Bright. So that's what you use for copper, is it? An orangey. It can make sense really, doesn't it? You use an orange for copper. Okay, so that should be nice and shaded in purple. I'm going to put a Druchii Violet wash over it as well. Just after I've cleaned that brush off. As best I can, because it doesn't... These brushes don't like coming clean unless you are severely hammering them with your soap. Druchii Violet is that one. Grab him by that and then, oh, from top to bottom, I'm just going to coat him in this all over. I've decided I'm just going to, anything that I need to be green again afterwards, I'm just going to paint ivory and do it green. I do want to make sure I get that wash in there. You got that wash all on it, all over it, and where I need it to be. That's a very, very, very purple sorcerer dude, who does not like to stand up in any way, shape, or form. Move up a bit. Sorry, Ali. I'm still getting to grips with the new positioning of my camera. It's moved up, so it's like right up here now instead of like it was like down here ish. Now it's like right up here, so it looks different. So I get lost on it. That definitely needs more move. So I need to move up a bit. I need to be like there now. Each time I move my camera, I move my sweet spot. of where I need to be in. It's not good. It's not good. Right. Now we need a couple of different coloured greens. Now we've used Gunship, we've used Death Guard. Have we got any bright? We haven't got any bright greeny guys, have we? And I just realised I just dropped a big blob of purple across his chest. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing if I want his armour to be tinted purple. But I'm definitely going to have to come back over now and spread that out. So if I do change my mind, it's not making a big difference. I don't necessarily have to wash it off because it's really thin. Needs me to figure to where the green colour coin thing is. That up there, yeah. I've just got a fair few on my desk at the minute though, Ali. So yeah, I'm working on this one mostly. But I've been working on that, and some of these as well. It's kind of, I'm a bit of everything tonight. What was my next thing? Oh, I need greens, that was it. I need greens and so we have a bit of Warpstone Glow there. That's a nice bright green. Have we got any Warflesh? Mini Lass has brought a balloon down, so if anyone doesn't like that noise, I apologise in advance.
No one likes it.
Well, you already know Mum don't like it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. He's got to try and be quiet. Oh, you mean when I'm painting? Right, okay. Oh, that's a lot of work, that Twisted. That's a lot of work. Do I want to go Incubi Darkness? See, if I go Incubi Darkness and then just start layering it up with Ivory, I'm thinking that could make a nice shade of green. And I've got Contrast Plague Bearer Flesh and Contrast Militarum Green. So there are a couple of options. I really want to try that Drushy Violet though. Not the Drushy Violet, the Incubi Darkness. So I'm going to try Incubi Darkness on this chappy. That's what colour he is going to be regarding his body. Yes, Mini Laz did you catch him in the background playing with his balloon? You've got people who've seen you, mate. Ali's just been spotted you playing there.
Okay. Hooray!
And you're going for your basketball hoop again? Although
Yeah.
I think your balloon's a bit too big for that.
I know.
And same in the background.
It's perfectly gets.
Something you don't normally get from my streams is extra entertainment. I don't normally get that. So yes, that is Mini Laz for those of you who have never seen him running around on one of my streams before. He's also the reason why the microphone is exactly where it is, because it blocks him when he's sat down on the sofa. So let's come back in with Incubi Darkness first. Let's come in with Incubi Darkness and get all this done. As well as points! Did you score, mate?
No,
Ali's just shouted points. Like, I'm guessing you've scored.
no, I haven't. I'm sorry.
On Mini Laz. Alright, yeah, see, she said it's you who's done it. You've just scored points. Did you get it in towards the basket?
It touched the basket actually.
Oh, there we
Touched
go.
the rim.
That'll be what Ali's talking about. He's got a 2-pointer. You can't get a 3-pointer because I'm sat in the position. Look at that. Right in. Right
You
in.
jinxed yourself.
Right in. He's not back to school for about another week, is it? Is it? It is, isn't it? Yeah, about another week till Mini Lads goes back to school. So, we've still got more time off coming. They get far too much time off school these days, don't they? Okay, there we go. Ivory. And we mix it with this colour.
Another score.
And another score. And we come back to just try and essentially, as I said, wet blend this in, which I've only ever tried doing tonight. Yeah, I believe Scotland have gone back as well already. It's just England at the minute. He just doesn't seem to want to send the kids back to school, and I don't know why. I mean, we've got some universities and colleges starting before the high schools and the primary schools, but primary schools aren't going back till next week. And a bit more ivory, mixing to make even lighter tone. It's got a very, very oddly green frog. There we go. That's his skin tones done. And then we're going to go for Warpstone Glow. This is roughly the same thing. And this is going to be the other Barbarian, who's got a lot of flesh. Just telling you now, he's got a lot of flesh. Ali's really cheering you on, mate.
How did I do that?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not even looking.
It somehow oh, it got off the little rim bit. I guess that's Ali.
You say, come closer so she can hear you.
Thanks, Ali. Thanks quite a bit, actually. Sorry.
So we need the flesh. The flesh of the frog. This one is the brightest green so far. And by far as well, the brightest green that I've got on them. So it will definitely require a wash. Definitely require a wash. I was holding by his sword, because I'm not going to be painting his sword green. That way I can at least not cover anywhere where I am going to be calling it green. I think somebody's liking being on camera.
Just have that scored. It's the most time that's
Ah, then he's not bothered he's on camera.
actually it's not. Did it? Oh, that's twice in a row.
So bright, bright green. And now I've got to do his legs. So instead of going straight to the ivory on this one, I think I'm going to need to do a wash first, just to darken down those like his ripped abs and all his muscles. Get them all nice, showing with full definition. Because let's face it, this frog is ripped.
Again?
He's like, he's not got a 6-pack, he's got an 8-pack.
My eye.
He's just muscle. Right, now I've got 2 frogs that have purple skin. Which is obviously not the best colour skin for a frog to have.
The power of frogs has made me score. We gotta get it.
I've got no idea what's going on behind me. That's not really good, is it? I can hear things. No, that's fine.
I scored like 5 times.
Sorry, Alec. I knew that was coming, you see. Move it up. As you're out of shot. Yeah, I am.
Oh! I want to put a good house on some moves. Don't do it again. Oh, come on, I did it again. Pass.
I just need to brighten up some of those. Yeah, good man, because I'm not paying attention to my son. I'm just letting him do what he wants. Just let him mess about behind me. All right, okay. He's a good lad though. He's mini lad, so I don't have to. Some people have to micromanage their children and watch them at all times. I'm one of the few that is lucky and don't. There we go. Brightened up King Hector's face a lot. That way I can come back and I can do other shades of green on other frogs. I've still got Gunship, I've still got Death Guard. And I still have contrasts as well.
Fire.
So I think I'm gonna go for, let's see if he's dried enough for me to, yeah. So we have Warrior Hector. I with him. We're gonna go for a different brush. Unless I can sort this one out.
Good luck sorting out that brush then.
Thanks, mate.
I wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, this brush is gone now.
Score!
Again, nice one.
I keep on scoring.
The highest points total you've had so far, I think.
How athlete's been?
So we're kind of going to go for the green that we've just put over King Hector Demaris Piper. Oh, he knows all about that one, Ali. He knows about rubbing balloons across your head and creating static.
Oh yeah, I know about that. It stuck to my chin this morning.
There you go. He stuck to his chin this morning.
Hey, you want? Make it stick to my chin. It's sticking to my fingers. Yeah, I'm Spider-Man.
Try putting it above your head.
Huh?
Come here. This is what Ali said to do. It's not working, Ali. Just a sec.
Not working.
Maybe because I'm on an earthed map. No, it's not working. It's supposed to use the static and your hair stands up.
No, I've done that in Mad Science.
Oh, you've already done Mad Science, okay.
I was quite. My hair fell stood up though.
We tried. We have more people down there as well, so we have all sorts going on in this house at the minute
Yeah, just talking to me.
in various different ways. I actually quite like that slight tinted purple. You can't see it on camera, which is
Scored again.
really, really, really not good.
That's horrible.
Have you got your stick to get it out?
Huh?
Have you got anything to get it out of there?
Yeah, my finger.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I'll tell.
Yeah, he's got a slight hint of purple on his armour, and I'm liking it. I am liking it. So I'm going to leave his armour the hell alone. What I'm going to do, though, is his belt. So I'm going to leave his armour there alone, so it keeps that little purple tint. But I'm going to have a little metallic tint to his belt, while I kind of still have some wet metallic on the dry palette. I'm sorry if I keep moving it out of shot. As I said, I'm still getting used to this position of the camera. I move my cameras around far too much.
Wait, I'd like you to see myself on one
What
side.
balloon's broke? How's that balloon broken, Ali? Is it going in too often? Is that what's making it broken?
No, I'm just watching myself on Mum's phone because it's not fully on, so I can see myself.
Oh, you found out it's delayed slightly on YouTube compared to what I actually do live. So what you see me do here, you can go watch again a second or two later. So he's figuring out how to use delays. Oh, this becomes interesting now.
I figured out how to use
I wasn't sure what was going to be able to do tonight and what was, so I went early today just to make sure I get through things. Now that I've done more work on that, it's now my tablet time. Again, I'm going through a disappearing. This might happen like every hour or so. So just so you know, I'm going to disappear for 5 minutes and then I shall be back. And I meant to click on YouTube, not open up just a standard web browser. I need to go back and find the music thing we was listening to. Should be able to get to it quicker this time by going through history and going on there. Okay. So that should now have music for us. Oh, he's broken because he's got stickers. Fair enough. And actually,
Into the skies, running wild under starlit lines. We're not the saints they thought we'd be. We're chasing ghosts they'll never see. Every secret, every fight. We were sparks against the night. We made starlit alibis, falling fast but still alive. We were You folded notes in the shape of stars, left them hidden in my car. Every word was a lifeline then, but the paper's wearing thin again. I swore that I would never break, but promises are hard to take. If love was built on fragile things, we're just flying on paper wings. Paper wings won't hold the sky, but we still try. We still try. Every fall just feels the same, but I still call out your name. Your voice still lives in a melody. Every chorus haunting me. Torn apart by the words we chose. Every story comes and goes. I swore that I would never break, but promises are hard to take. If love was built on fragile things, we're just flying on paper wings. Paper wings won't hold the sky, but we still try. We still try. Every fall just feels the same, but I still call out your name. We were fire, we were flame. Now it's ashes in the rain, but I still do it all again, even knowing how it ends. Paper wings won't hold the sky, but we still try. We still try. Every fall just feels the same, but I still call out your name. I still call out your
Let's try that. See, that's working better. It should be. I'm back. Welcome back, everyone.
How's the party has Ali been?
How many pints has Ali given you? I have no idea how many pints.
No, I mean how supportive has Ali been?
Oh, very supportive of my channel.
Gosh.
Very, very supportive of my channel. Ali's the reason that I have this. And Ali's the reason I have this. And Ali's the reason I have a few things. And Ali's also the reason I have partially the reason I have a box coming from California.
Okay. Wait, can you give me one positive comment?
Can I give you what?
What's one of the things that Ali has said?
Well, last thing, she was singing.
Huh? No, I mean the last positive.
Grape, how you doing, Grape? Sorry, I've been on a bit of a... You have a